These are the usability testing results of the Sony Dream Machine digital alarm clock. For the location of testing, we chose Packer Hall, room 260, from about 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. The users. We chose college students at the University of Washington because they are a group who listens to music regularly and have set schedules for which they need to know the time and set alarms. We tested 3 different types to get a feel for how a broader range of people would use the device. The metrics that we chose are speed, ease of task, and improvements. We thought speed would be a good indicator of usability because if it takes a long time to do a assumably simple task, the device isn't very efficient nor effective. The qualitative measurement of perceived ease gave us a number to compare between trials. On the scale, 1 was most easy and 5 was most difficult. Asking what the participant thought would have made the task easier gives insight into what possible fixes to make it more usable. In addition, our learnability metric was only used on the second task, where they set 2 alarms, but was chosen to see if the device was more usable after some familiarity versus having never seen it before. The tasks were to change the time on the clock, set 2 alarms for specified times, and to change the radio station and make a new preset. We chose these because they're everyday objectives. Specifically, we noticed there are a lot of buttons on the clock for the time-changing tasks. One has to know to push the alarm mode button in order to actually turn on the alarms instead of just changing the alarm time, and the volume is controlled by a somewhat difficult-to-find scrolling device located on the side of the clock. As far as the setting the time trial went, it seemed the hardest parts were reading all the buttons and then knowing to hold down the clock set button. Overall, though, the participants found the task relatively easy. Of the 3 tasks, 2/3 of our participants found this one to be the most difficult. Interestingly, participant 1 found setting the second alarm to be much easier, but wasn't reflected in his time. Participant 1 clearly had no issues, but participant 3 found this task to be the most difficult. All 3 had to take several moments to locate the volume switch, but only one thought of this as a particular difficulty. Setting the radio seemed to be difficult depending on who was tasked with it. This indicates a lack of overarching usability. Considering most of the difficulty was in setting the alarms, we recommend that instead of having a button named Alarm Mode, put an on-off switch with visible green feedback when the alarm is on and no color when the alarm is off, to let the user know when they've turned on the alarm. Our continuity between the tests may have been a factor that would have caused slightly different results. For our future tests, we would ensure continuity between the experiences of participants. In our test, participants 1 and 2 were reminded that the alarm must be turned on for the alarm setting test, but I think we neglected to check that for participant 1. Participants 1 and 2 had the same moderator, but 3 had a different one. Participant 2 was reminded by the moderator during the radio test that there was a difference between AM and FM radio. His time may have been increased if not for this reminder.